Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Star Trek Voyager made a big improvement over the worst TOS episode. An early episode of Star Trek, Voyager substantially improved on the storyline and concepts explored in one of TOS's most hated episodes. Star Trek Voyager improved on the storyline from one of Star Trek, the original series' worst episodes. Voyager had to carve itself a unique place in the Star Trek franchise when it first began airing in 1995, and one of the ways it did this was by having the show be set in the Delta Quadrant, an uncharted portion of the galaxy that no other series had ever explored. This meant that the crew of the U.S. Voyager encountered strange new alien species in virtually every episode, and one of the strangest species early on in Season 1 was the Vians. The Vians were introduced in Voyager Season 1, Episode 4, Phage, and quickly became one of the more horrifying species in the Star Trek franchise. Once a race of explorers, Vian society was ravaged 2,000 years ago by a deadly disease called the phage, which attacked their bodies and destroyed tissue at an alarming rate. In order to survive, the Vians were forced to harvest the organs of other species, often from living organisms, to graft into their own bodies. While their motives may have been for survival, their methods were highly disturbing. Interestingly enough, the Vians were not the first organ-stealing aliens the Star Trek franchise ever introduced. Star Trek Voyager is a big improvement over TOS' worst episode. While Phage and the Vians have been compared to the Star Trek TOS Season 3 episode, Spocks Brain, Voyager actually improved on the hated TOS installment, taking concepts from it and making them much more interesting. During Spocks Brain, an alien race called the Imorgs stole Spock's, Leonardi Nimoy, brain to use as the controller for the computer that ran their society, prompting Captain Kirk, William Shatner, and crew to go on a mission to retrieve it. Although the episode's concept was interesting in theory, the execution of it left a lot to be desired, and Spock's Brain is one of the more universally hated TOS episodes even today. Phage, however, took the idea of organ-stealing aliens and made it much more complex. While the Imorgs are less than sympathetic, the Vidian struggle in Phage gives the episode a true ethical dilemma that is genuinely compelling to watch the characters struggle with, especially Captain Janeway, Kate Mulgrew. Additionally, Voyager portrayed the Vidians' organ harvesting practices as truly horrifying, while TOS's more lighthearted tone in Spock's Brain left something to be desired. Phage still managed to keep a good balance between the difficult subject and some comic relief by focusing the episode on Neelix, Ethan Phillips, who was the one to have his lungs removed by the Vidians. Why the Vidians are one of Voyager's best villains. Although Voyager struggled to create good Star Trek villains during its 7-year run, the Vidians ended up being one of the best. Their history with the phage was tragic, making them oddly sympathetic even if their methods for fighting the disease were reprehensible. This complexity made the species all-around compelling villains that provided Voyager with some truly great episodes over the course of the show's first 3 seasons. Unfortunately, the nature of Star Trek Voyager's premise was such that the series had to leave the Vidians behind at some point while they continued their journey to the Alpha Quadrant. Thanks for watching.